Ciao a tutti. From my kingdom of the last 39 years, this is my kitchen, my kingdom, where I've been working for the last 39 years. To you, I just want to give you some insight. And a little insight that I want to give you is about talking about paradigms. You know, so much that I've been sharing in the last few days about paradigms, actually in the last few years, paradigms. What are paradigms? Well, paradigms are a multitude of habits that, like computer programs, they're ingrained in us and they keep us from growing. They keep us from achieving the things that we want to achieve. There are limiting beliefs. There are our stumbling blocks. There are our fears. And if you stop and think, what's been keeping you from achieving many things in life is exactly that, the limiting beliefs, the limitation you put on yourself, the inner chatter that keeps you from taking a leap of faith and get into your dreams, into what you want to do. Now, in 39 years, I've been doing a lot of jumping, a lot of leap of faith, starting from day one, 39 years, and where's the calendar? And 22 days ago, where Ron and I decided that that's it. We are going to get into the restaurant business, and we're going to make it go. It's going to be a instantaneous success. It's going to be a 2 years, 3 years. We're going to be so rich, we won't have to work the rest of our life. And then when the 2 years and the 3 years went by and we did not get so rich that we didn't have to work a day in our life, we said, okay, well, one more year. And then the one more year became 5 years, and then became 7 years, and then it became 10 years. And then we started enjoying what we were accomplishing. We started enjoying the lifestyle that we created. We started to enjoy the fact that we were creating every single day, either a dish or expand the restaurant, get a liquor license. You know, if you've been coming here since 1981 or sooner, you know what I'm talking about, what I'm referring to. So when I say the kingdom, my kingdom, it is my kingdom, and I created with the kingdom of God that's within me, within us, within everyone, and that's been guiding us all along into all this leaps of faith. That was the goal. The goal was, when we started, was to become so rich and independent that we didn't have to work the rest of our life. And it took 39 plus years to reach where we're at. We learned so much. I learned so much. I should not say we. I have to speak for myself. I learned so much, starting from the language, starting from the way I perceive things, starting from how I discovered my inner strength, starting from how did I learn to get along with people, how did I become who I am. Having your own business does not come with instructions, just like having your own kids doesn't come with instructions. And I had a 6-month-old and a 2-year-old when I started this, and I was really fortunate that I was able to keep a mirror in my kingdom in the kitchen, one each pizza oven, one here under this oven, and one there under the other oven, until we closed at 3 o'clock in the morning. We used to close at 3 o'clock in the morning. And when we were lucky, we would get home at 4:30, 5 o'clock, because people by then were so drunk that we inebriated that we could not just tell them to leave. There was no law that said they had to be out of here, and so we were with patience, waiting for them to sober up, or wait for a ride, or get a cab, or whatever it was. So the kids then come with instructions. Be a restaurant owner then come with instructions. Become a friend, a wife, a boss. None of that came with instructions. I learned every and each single day. But every morning when I get up, I had that idea in my mind of where I wanted to go, and I was planning in my heart and in my mind what I wanted and how I wanted to get there. And every day I was working towards that creation. And yes, it took a long time, but I enjoy each and every single day, and it's still not completed. We're still the owners, and Colleen is still not the official new owner. But we're getting there, little at a time, little by little. And as she's gonna continue into what we created, what we built, and she's gonna improve into something that's already good. But going back to paradigms, you don't get anywhere in life without an education. That's a paradigm. Well, I have no education. I went as far as 8th grade, and that was it. So that's a limiting belief. When people say, "How are you going to survive without an education? You're not going to get anywhere." Well, that's a paradigm that I conquered. Another one was, you don't know the language. How can you succeed? Well, I did study 4 years of French. I knew zero of the English language. I was telling myself, there's no way. How am I ever going to learn this? But I did. That's another paradigm that I conquered. I was never allowed to cook in my mom's house. I love her food, and I still do, but I never had to cook. My mom always did everything. And I learned to cook. If you don't know how to cook, how can you work in a restaurant? Well, I did. I learned. That's another paradigm. No business experience, no business classes, no people skills, all that. Those are all limiting beliefs imposed by our mind. These are all things that we tell ourselves each and every day. This is what our mind tells us. When I realized that in the late 80s, I thought I became the richest person on earth. When I started getting into some of the studies, I started to understand the language better. I started to get into the books I was getting into, and the cassettes that I was getting into, and learning that I was getting into. I started realizing that we are the creators. We're doing it. We're building it. The same way that some people are destroying themselves. They're destroying it. It's not the situation. It's not the environment. We are the environment. We create the situation. we are either failing on their paradigm or we're conquering it. It's all up to us. It's all up to not see the glass half empty or the glass half full, but to see it refillable. And it's not about being positive. Like people say, oh, you're too positive. Way too much. It cannot be that way. You're going to fail if you see not going the way you want it to go. No, that's not it. That's not it. Because you can fall down a million times. That one time after the million, when you get up, is when you succeed. When you don't give up. But at least you're working towards the goal that you wanted to achieve, the goal that you set for yourself to reach, the challenge. Because it's all a challenge. And it's all about what's inside that counts. What's inside in your heart, what's inside in your head. And don't let what people tell you knock down or deviate from your goals and from your dreams. So I don't want to get more into this. I'm already 24 minutes late from start working. I allowed you in my kingdom, in my kitchen kingdom, my work kingdom, and I hope that you try to understand something that I wanted to convey to you for the last 10 minutes. I'm not sure. It's a long talk. But, the kingdom of God is in us. There is a force up there. There's a creation up there. If you don't want to use the word God, the universe, or she, or Buddha, or whatever you want, it is only one creation. And it loved us so much that it give us all that we need and more. But it's waiting for us to discover it. Not only to discover that we're so powerful, but to learn how to use it. And then create all the restaurants you want. So thank you. Thank you for listening. Have a good evening and ciao.